Oh, hello, and welcome to the Orion Bowl Fantasy NFL Roundup of Week 3, looking into Week 4. I am Commissioner Burt Green here on location in lovely Scotland. Lovely Scotland. It's the home of the Legion of Trash. Pretty, and I've got to say, it's not trash at all. I've got to say, it's pretty nice. I'm near a road, so I do hope that you can hear the cars going past, because I know that was a point of contention. I know that it irked several people hearing the Formula One in the background of the last video. So I really hope that you can hear it, because that'll make me happy that you're irked by it somewhat. But God, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Good Lord. Right, let's get into fantasy. Right, what happened in Week 3? Well, Week 3, the Baltimore Ravens destroyed the Dallas Trade Gorillas, putting up the week high score, 154 points. I was predicted 83. Doesn't that go to show how terrible the predictions are in the league? It's just awful. One consolation that the Dallas Trade Gorillas can take is that even if you'd have put up a half decent score, you're not touching 154. That rhymes, and you know it rhymes. Admit it. So yeah, great week to be a Baltimore Raven. Most of that was down to my genius pickup of Jauan Jennings, because obviously Deebo Samuel out and George Kittle out, which puts him much higher up the pecking order. And we saw how well he did in the Super Bowl last year, and I was surprised nobody else had him. Old Burt picked him up, put him in, 35 points. Lovely job. The coach's sons, the coach's slumps scraped a win against Legion. Legion were really unlucky to lose that, but they technically snapped the coach's slump because they now have a winning record. The Forbesy Niners did double the score they needed to win, because it was another disappointing but expected score from the team with no name as B. Absolutely terrible lineup, terrible team. I don't know why they bother putting one out every week. They have a ring, but they're living in the past. They're certainly not living in the present, playing that kind of trash every week. Good God, get it together. It'll be better this week, though, but I'll save that for the Week 4 preview. The Namath A team handled the Harlots. Not in like a smutty way, like basically the Harlots, they've dropped the ball. What's happened to the Harlots? They were supposed to win every game this season. We all predicted it. It wasn't just me. We all predicted that the Harlots were going to go unbeaten this season, and they haven't, have they? In fact, they don't even have a winning record right now. What the hell happened? What happened? And the Arizona Cardinal, basically, his team went home at halftime. I don't know even what happened. Like, Dak didn't even need to try to win that game, because Arizona put up 42 points. He played, right, all healthy people. It's not like he had people that were out with injury. And they all stayed on for their entire games. Put up 42. That's difficult to do. You wouldn't be able to do that again if you tried. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. So we'll now move on to the Orion Bowl Ultimate Team of the Week. This week, if you had these players, you probably stepped into the winner's circle. Josh Allen, 30 points. Josh Allen back to QB1 on the season. Everything is right with the world, frankly. What a fantastic performance. Derrick Henry turning back the years, getting 29 points over in Baltimore. RB2, you've got Saquon Barkley. Yes, he was on the losing team of the Harlots, but the man still put up 29 points. What a hero. Jauan Jennings, whoa, but big brain for putting him in, huh? For putting him in, getting 35 points when no one saw that. No one saw that coming, did they? Old Burt did. Bert's showing everybody right now. It's not about drafting. It's not about having the best team. It's about putting in people week on, week out, and having the most transactions. Most transactions equals best team. That's what we're learning this week. Ja'Marr Chase got 23 points. Very, very good. Tight end, Mark Andrews, just because it's hilarious that he put up under the snake eyes. I'm sorry, Harlots. I really am. You must be... Oh, no, I think you might have dropped him by now, actually. I think you actually have. I'm sure I saw it. I might have dreamt it, but I think the Harlots may have dropped Mark Andrews. Kicker, who cares? Butker. I think Butker probably got the best score. And the sweet D of the week was the Packers D. So the recap in general, what we can take away from week 3 is that the Jets are awesome now. They absolutely smashed the Patriots. They didn't just beat them, they shoved them into the ground real hard. And I enjoyed that because it's been a decade of getting battered by the Patriots, and now they can take a battering. Not so big without your Hall of Fame quarterback, are you? Hey? Not so big now. Hey? Anyway, Denver. Who knows with Denver? Does anyone know with Denver? Can someone please let me know, please, what's happening with Denver? They're either good or they're bad. I can't figure it out. I just can't. And I'll tell you who are good, as long as they play Andy Dalton, the Carolina Panthers. You can play any of those fantasy players. In fact, have a look at the depth chart for wide receiver, because obviously Thielen is out on injured reserve. With Dalton throwing the ball, well, the wide receivers in Carolina, they're viable again. Along with Chuba Hubbard, who has been picked up by yours truly. Not to play this week, but I do need to cover off the trade that I made. So let's have a look at this trade. I traded Zach Moss, who I admit I took too early. I took him to pick one. That's too early for Zach Moss. I could have gotten far more talent there. But I'm not historically a good drafter. That's not something that Bert does well. Do I get to finals and then lose? Yeah, you betcha. I do that better than anybody. Be nice to win one. But I don't necessarily draft well. I've managed to get Rashid Shaheed. Now, Rashid Shaheed didn't do anything this week, but he is on a great offense, and he's clearly the number one wide receiver on that offense. I traded Zach Moss just because I've got Jordan Mason, who's really great until maybe Christian McCaffrey comes back, and I've got Chuba Hubbard to cover that off, basically, because obviously Jonathan Taylor is my other running back, and you're not taking him out of any lineups anytime soon. So that was a pretty good trade, lovely trade. Works it. I think it's going to work out in my favour. I think that Shaheed on the season will put up more points than Zach Moss. I think I made a mistake taking Moss as high as I did, and I admit that. And thank you for taking the trade, team with no name is B. It was a pleasure to take the 5th ranked wide receiver on the season off your hands. God, I'm going to regret that, aren't I? Especially when Moss was getting some real mix and usage in the last game. Now, that irked me real nice. All right, let's have a look at what's happening in week 4. Week 4, we've got the Suns against Baltimore, the slumps, as I like to call them. I don't think they're slumping anymore, especially when you see that Ja'Marr Chase and Harrison both have epic matchups in being against Carolina and Washington, respectively. And if there is a team with the I need to use the concede, the power of the concede, over more than anybody, it's a team who are as good as the coach's Suns. So I concede that Baltimore are dropping that matchup. I think they're going to be losing. I think they're still going to put up a respectable score, but I do think that we're going to be on the receiving end of some monster scores from both Ja'Marr Chase and Marvin Harrison. Is it Marvin Harrison? I just know him as Harrison. Anyway, the Arizona guy. You know who I'm talking about. Come on. Anyway, Gorillas will beat Forbes Niners because Pollard is taking on Miami, and Miami cannot stop anything right now. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Also, Drake London against New Orleans. I think that the Atlanta-New Orleans game is going to be a shootout, so I'd like Drake London in that one. The Gorillas take out the 49ers because I do think that that score from Derrick Henry is the exception rather than the rule. Harlots, I believe, are going to take out Legion because Prescott is playing the Giants this week. Let's not forget that the Giants are just letting up points for fun. And also, the Dallas Cowboys are not running the ball, are they? They do not want to run the ball. Not at all. So Prescott has the Giants. Barkley against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay haven't been particularly good at stopping the run. Mike Evans against Philly. Philly have actually put up a few points to wide receivers, and Mike Evans is just that good. Also, Shakir for the Bills is emerging as a real threat. So all I can say is Harlots for the win there. Then we've got Namath B taking on Baby Got Dak. And I've got to say, I do think that Namath B are taking this one because you've got CeeDee Lamb versus the Giants. That's the key. That's the key to this one. And you've got Daniels versus Arizona. That's a fantastic matchup. Plus, he has the best running back in the game, Zach Morse. And this is a gimme for the team with no Namath B team. They're going to be being referred to the team with no Namath A team in no time. Then you've got the Arizona Cardinal taking on Namath B. Now, that is a No, it's Namath A. So this is the Namath A team. He's got. So look, I think that your pickup is Darnold. Brilliant. You've got to get rid of Richardson. It's time to hit the panic button on Richardson, guys. Richardson is just not good, is he? He's just terrible. Get Darnold in there. Darnold has been putting up excellent points this season. And you've got Ayuk and Diggs. They're both going to put up points because obviously Ayuk has got less competition in the backfield because Deebo Samuel is out. Obviously, Jauan Jennings is taking a lot of that, but I still think Ayuk is a viable play. Plus Stephon Diggs. I think Arizona get the win in that contest to bounce back from the week of the unfathomable low score. But yeah, that is all I've got time for. Look, guys, I have some langoustines to go and eat. I haven't eaten them yet, but I might have eaten them by the time I edit this video. So maybe there's a picture here. I don't. That could be a picture right there. They look delicious, probably. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna go get a beer because I'm on holiday. Look at that, though. That's lovely, isn't it? God damn. I need to live here. It is so nice here. Just, yeah. Anyways, if I've picked you to win, prove me right. If I've picked you to lose, prove me wrong. And I'll probably be back in the Shire next week where I will see you hopefully for some Red Zone.